Vatican Radio, not everybody knows, is the grandmother of radio stations. She's been around for over 70 years. And anyone who's been around for that long, you know, starts getting wrinkles under the eyes.
A agenda dos principais momentos de trabalho de João Paulo II para...
It was founded by Guglielmo Marconi at the request of Pope Pius XI. Marconi, who was the inventor of radio.
We decided for the Holy Year, actually, in Rome, it was time to give Vatican Radio a facelift. Get her out in the gym there, you know, shorten her skirts, color her hair. We do everything that a normal radio station does in terms of information, infotainment, music, discussions. But we do try to give something more, because the question is, yes, why would anybody want to listen to Vatican Radio?
Non mi dispiacerebbe che avessi uno spazio.
Those wonderful old people who've been listening to Vatican Radio for 70 years, they're going to get to heaven anyway. We have to start looking at the needs of the younger generation. And they're very simple, because if you ask them, the questions are very simple. It's, you know, why should I be good? What is my life really about? What are the real issues I should be concerned about? How should I respond to this, to the big questions of injustice and peace and war and famine and poverty and morality, sexuality and so forth.
E dunque buongiorno da Antonella Palermo, state ascoltando 105 Live.
Jesus said to his apostles, teach all nations. And just as St. Paul went to the marketplace, to the forum, you might say, in Athens, so we're asked to go to the modern forum, which would be the communications media.
Photojournalism is not just particularly one genre anymore. It's a lot more encompassing, and I'm part of that new generation. I also look for aesthetics within images as well, and beautiful light and beautiful composition and stuff like that. So I've been criticised for that. Because it's not telling enough of a story, or refugees and the Afghan refugees in Pakistan. For me, I didn't want to approach it so much on the misery, but I wanted to approach it on life within the refugee camp. From the magazine I was on assignment for, I got a little, not criticised, but they wanted more misery and stuff, and I can understand from their point of view, but when I got there, it's just not the angle that I wanted to approach it from. It's one thing making beautiful pictures, but it's another thing telling a story with those pictures. There are few true photojournalists that can combine the two together. It's very, that's the real art of it.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir treffen in Interlaken Ost ein.
It really is the Academy Awards for our business. It's sort of the showcase of everything we do.
It's one of the most fantastic things is you can kind of, be walking down the street and run into someone that you met from India or from Australia the year before, and you only see them once a year and you see them here.
Hi, beautiful day.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm Larry. What are you reading there? Paperback?
Yeah, a paperback.
Yeah, paperback. It's a nice blanket. Sure looks comfortable.
I'm a bit surprised that some of the work isn't a lot better than it is. When you consider, you sit through some of the screenings and you think that the agencies or clients that have submitted their work, that this is the best,
Come on, I need an answer.
If you're shipping internationally, you gotta use FedEx.
Brilliant, Al. You're a real lifesaver.
So then I said, if you're shipping internationally, you gotta use FedEx.
You're so smart.
So I tell these guys, if you're shipping internationally, you gotta use FedEx. These guys have nothing, so I say, you ship it internationally, you gotta use FedEx. That's what I told them.
And I think we all remember the time when Al here said,
if you're shipping internationally, you've got to use FedEx.
People can learn, become more aware, have a better context for thinking about the work that they're doing. They can get ideas, this can generate ideas for them. So it's very important because this is what our business is all about. We're very unique in that what we're selling is our thinking and our ideas.
Departure 16 minutes past 4, first class.
With my work, I hope to raise questions about authenticity and the very nature of photography itself and moving imagery itself. So my work looks real, but it isn't real. Similarly, photography and moving images look realistic as if we should be able to believe them, but we can't necessarily. When Princess Diana died, Britain certainly came to a standstill and people mourned her death, but people didn't know her, they only knew her through images. Therefore it struck me that people were mourning an image, not her. People said that they mourned her more than they mourned a close relative of theirs. And I just thought this was an extraordinary phenomenon, this gap between fantasy and the reality of the situation.
The Richard Salmon Gallery has been representing Alison since her degree show at the Royal College of Art, where she first came to prominence with her very famous Diana Dodi and baby portraits.
There are legal, problematics with doing this kind of work. I think it's fine as an artist, and I'm making, raising questions and showing my work in an art gallery, which is, very valid. I think when you're doing a commercial project, it's more, there are other considerations.
Gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
People know they're being tricked by images, and that's why they like the work.
TV Globo surgiu
TV Globo came from the organization O Globo, which is a newspaper.
Ela surgiu com uma emissora.
It started out as a regional station, but soon grew into a national network.
Progressivamente foi se transformando numa net. Com o surgimento do...
With the advent of satellite technology and the purchase of other existing TV stations, it became the largest network in Brazil.
Making a soap is not so important, or it's just part of a process that includes also preparing it properly and giving the right concept to it. The Brazilian soap opera is part of the Brazilian culture, so it's impossible to do without it in our country.
My favorite soap opera is Mulheres Apaixonadas. Every character has a different meaning, and it, how can I say, to reach the different kinds of women.
Não é bem assim, é que o ator...
Some actors have such strong, believable characters here, especially the villainous ones, that people can mistake these characters as being real life. And actors can get into trouble because of this. Out in public, they can be cursed or be given flowers, depending on the type of characters that they play.
The only entertainment that is not costly in Brazil is TV. That's why it's so popular in a very uneven and developing country such as ours.
Welcome back. Our big leader is Carl Senegren, a bouncer from Saskatchewan. His hobbies are eating and lighting firecrackers.
It's an all-inclusive grassroots circus troupe that includes everything from clowns and juggling to fire escape acts and freak show stunts.
I don't really exactly have an on-off switch as far as the character on stage, off stage kind of thing goes. Kind of creeps me out a little bit sometimes, but I've just kind of developed myself to be as the character.
A lot of it sometimes is like Mr. Wizard gone bad, and all of us have very overactive imaginations. And we'll sit around and a lot of people go, what if we, except we sit around and we go, why don't we? And then we'll go and do it.
I feel funny sometimes being part of that machine, like being part of the selling machine, and I think most ads I do are kind of soft sell, but even sometimes that's more insidious than hard sell. Like doing a Nike ad or being a part of that whole wave of culture, enabling that whole thing. Like sometimes, you know, in the night I'm like, what the f am I doing? Sun is shining in the sky. Volkswagen's very liberal about their ads. They want to do things that aren't just like a hard sell ad, and they're trying to do things that are innovative. And their taste was really similar to mine. Like they liked the idea that guy was very much based on sort of a graduate Benjamin character. That was just fun.
Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at
you. Your task as a director is mostly to tell the story. And that's like the hardest thing to do as a director and the thing you need to learn the most if you want to be a better director. So in that way, all these ads have been really excellent storytelling school time for me.
What we do is silent films in the old movie theaters with the curtain parting on the title and the lights glowing and the pipe organ coming up out of the orchestra pit, and bringing attention to the silent film because it is an entirely different art form.
Trying to fit music to the scene, the mood of the scene, the pace, but not overstepping it. If you know what's going to happen in a scene, you can't play that music before it happens because you're giving away that secret to the audience.
Alfred Hitchcock said that silent film was the purest form of cinema ever made.
The whole idea of Fallon is to try and have you be as fulfilled as you can and reach your dreams professionally. Can Fallon help you reach your dreams personally too? And the idea was that we would match a certain amount of money that you would put into your dream. What was your dream catcher idea? What was your personal?
I wrote that book you never read. It's on your chair.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. But I am going to read it. Yeah. You wrote a novel.
Welcome back. Our big leader is Carl Senegren, a bouncer from Saskatchewan. His hobbies are eating and lighting firecrackers.
An agency has to reinvent itself, and it works in dog years. Like last year is a long time ago.
It says here, Carl, you're looking forward to the 7th grade. You're going to be a teacher?
No, a student, Alex.
You mean you're not even in high school yet?
What is no? But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Let's get some harder questions here, huh, Alex?
This artifact came in on December 1st of 1903, so it's been here almost 100 years. And this is the original copyright deposit for Edwin S. Porter's The Great Train Robbery. The American broadcast and movie industries and recorded sound industries have produced or used in their manufacturing and distribution processes for more than a century, literally hundreds of different formats of recording media. And many of those are represented in our collections. And so we do have to find old pieces of equipment that can play these back.
The digital preservation initiative needs to keep up with the way technology changes so that the materials that we're preserving today in one format, we need to make sure that centuries from now those are still available.
Time Out New York ran this incredible cover story, and international media picked up on that story and really ran with it. And I think that sort of made it concrete that it was actually something that was tangible.
Time is really wasted. Learn how to drive, Shiksa.
There was really nothing in the world that communicated who we were and what kind of art we want to make and what we want to talk about and what kind of humor we have, and that it's not completely dorky to be Jewish. So it's actually, there's so many amazing, hip, cool things going on that are Jewish related and crazy Jewish hairstyles and just these things that are uniquely ours that aren't represented anywhere in the media in the world.
In the Shul is just basically a straight up like Jew pride track. And it also talks about going to Shul. So it's like, you know, going to temple. It's like, you gotta give God props.
There's a lot of really good, hardworking, and decent, intelligent people that live here.
Shake loose, don't be silly. You can dance.
Fantastically democratic technology can make a small amount of people a lot of money.
So you really care about these guys?
Erica, I care about everybody in this park. There's a lot of really good, hardworking, and decent, intelligent people that live here.
I thought there's just no way in hell anyone is ever going to do this. You know, it's so hardcore.
I'm glad I have my helmet on. Hey, Julian. Hey, man. I need a couple bucks for gas, buddy.
Well, Trailer Park Boys is a documentary, a mockumentary conceit following these three main characters, Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles, around a trailer park, and there's a sense of family amidst family dysfunction. These guys have each other, and so that's kind of the core of the show, and then they get into all kinds of crazy and you know, we're kind of mirroring a lot of reality television, some of those like caught on camera shows, and cops to motivate the use of a cheap DV camera.
Hollywood TV Guide there made a reference to Trailer Park Boys the other day and commented on the fact that this show is already creating a buzz in the United States when it doesn't even appear on the United States yet. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's this buzz, about this show, and it's never been seen legally in the United States. Nobody's broadcasting it down there, but the word's getting out, so our audience is growing. And it would be interesting to get to have this, introduced into the American audience, because I think it would do very well.
Thanks for watching. It's been cool and stuff, and if you ever get people that want to follow you around with cameras, I don't know, if I was you, I'd just say no and just don't do it, because it's up.
Tell them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man you've been waiting for, the drum beater, the system cheater, the broadcaster, and drummer.
Kind of amateur comic author. I play records for a living though.
Enthusiastic about technology and gimmicks, not gimmick, gadgets.
We think we're incredibly lucky to get a record deal. It's like, wow, we must abuse this situation to the fullest extent, try out all kinds of crazy shit in future generations. Even if it's shit, they'll learn from our mistakes. There's no rule to making music. Some of the records we make are very simple, stripped down stereo records, and sometimes we make vast, over-the-top multimedia projects. For the fun of it, it is about the excess and overwhelming people's senses.
I don't know if people are gonna do it, because they're worried that I'm joking, but actually it'd be really cool if you did, because we spent a lot of time to make sure that when you cut those out that they actually fit on the board, So you can listen to the album and strategize your next move.
Shake loose, don't be silly. You can dance.
We do it for the music at the end of the day, so everything is to accentuate the music. So the visual side will just enhance the music, hopefully.